Good morning, dear students of grade 7. Starting online lesson number 1, it's about the non-metals. It's on page number 96 in your books. But before starting the non-metals, I would like to remind you the distribution of elements in the periodic table. You already know that periodic table is a table in which elements are distributed according to their increasing atomic number, but the elements are further divided into two main groups, metals and the non-metals. And you already know about the metals as you studied about the metals in your previous grade 6. Clear? But few elements in the periodic table show properties of both metals and the non-metals, and that's why they are called metalloids. So here the periodic table is divided into three groups: metals, metalloids and the non-metals. Clear? So you can see the division. The elements in blue are metals, the elements in pink are non-metals, elements in pink are metalloids, and the elements in yellow are the non-metals. And it is clear from this diagram or this distribution that less than quarter of elements in the periodic table are non-metals. What is non-metal? A chemical element that lacks the characteristics of a metal and able to form an ion, negative ion, is known as non-metal. And if you remember your concept about the metals usually lose electron in order to complete their outer shell. Clear? But here non-metals have to gain electron in order to complete their outer shell, so their electron number increases. That's why they attain a negative charge. Clear? Physically, a non-metal tends to have low melting point, boiling point and density. It is again unlike metals because melting point, boiling point and density of metals is high. Are poor conductor of electricity, but metals were good conductor of electricity. Non-metals form stable compounds with hydrogen except noble gases. So I already told you that non-metals have to gain electrons, means their outer shell is incomplete, so they have to form compounds. They usually form stable compounds with hydrogen except noble gases. Why? Because noble gases are stable, their outermost shell is complete. They don't need to gain or lose electron to form ion or to form a compound. Clear? That's why noble gases are non-metals, but they are unreactive. Unlike metals, non-metals are mostly gases or liquids at room temperature. And you know it already that metals are solid at room temperature except for mercury. Group 7th A and 8th A are two main non-metal groups in the periodic table. 7th A means halogens and 8th A means noble gases. Clear? Less than quarter of elements in the periodic table are non-metals, but non-metals are the stuff of life, means they are very important for our daily life use. Clear? How non-metals are important for our daily life? So, I would like to tell you few points. The important one, the air you breathe is made of non-metals. Why? Because air is mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and some noble gases. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and noble gases are all metals. Non-metals are in clouds, rain, rivers and oceans in the form of water, acids and salts. Your body is 2/3 water with carbon and nitrogen. So water is a compound, and you know that water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Both are non-metals. With carbon and nitrogen, again carbon and nitrogen are non-metals. Your food is almost 100% non-metal. So we are taking it on daily basis. Clear? In earth crust, oxygen is the most common constituent in the rocks. So this is all about the importance of non-metals in our daily life. Clear? I think this is enough about non-metals for today. So coming towards your homework, I would like to give you two questions. The first one is, how many of non-metals are there in periodic table? And the second one is, what is another name for group 8A elements? Clear? Or group 8? Okay, one thing, very important one, is you have to submit this task within 15 days. Clear? And your presentation should be very neat and tidy, because your assessment marks will be based on homework. Clear? Thank you.